TV5 News at 9. It's time now for Aging in Style with American Retirement Advisors. Joining us this morning is owner and president Joe Vitale. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Hi, Veronica. Thanks for having me.
Well, today we are talking about preparing retirement for any type of market. So first, tell us, what is the best way to ensure our retirement?
Best way to ensure retirement is basically to understand there's a lot of variables that go into it. You know, as a fiduciary, you want to make sure that everything's, that you know what is best for you, and that's by ascertaining your risk tolerance, making sure you're not invested in properly for market volatility. Some people kind of let emotions play and they're going to be, oh my goodness, the market's up, let's put more money into it, and they forget that they need to be properly allocated. And if you're not properly allocated, you're going to get stung, like when we had this correction, what we had when this COVID pandemic happened. As a result, markets dropped significantly. We're gaining a lot of speed back. But a lot of people, because of their emotions, everybody was putting more money in when the market's up and up and up, and they forget, you know, I really don't want to be improperly balanced, and now they have a downturn. So for volatility, you just have to make sure you stick to the game. You allocate appropriately, you have some safe money, you have some risk money, you have accessible money. It's all about, again, we're going to go back to what we always talk about, being properly allocated.
Yeah, I know we do talk about that a lot, and great advice. Now that retirees don't have to take the required minimum distributions from the IRA, what should they do?
You know, they don't have to take the required minimum distribution, and that's good for some because, you know, well, why would they want to pay tax on money if they don't need the money? So I don't need to pay tax on it. I don't need the money. Why would I take this? You know, with the new CARES Act, I don't have to take it as a retiree. But think about it. I would still say, please call us, because we work with a lot of CPAs and tax advisors. And just because you don't have to take the required minimum distribution doesn't mean that you shouldn't. We like to look at the tax situations. You have to remember, we are in the lowest tax environment we have ever been in. And it's not going to last forever. It's actually supposed to go back in 2015. So I would basically say, don't just take that as, okay, I don't have to take it now. I would really like to talk to these people and make sure they understand, you know, sometimes it is wise to take it. Sometimes it's not wise. But every case is different. I don't like the blanket advice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and can you tell us about the Secure Act? What are some of the options that provides?
The biggest changes with the Secure Act, which passed last year, what that allows, well, first of all, it delays the required minimum distributions, where you used to be 70 and a half as a retiree, where you'd have to take your required minimum distributions out of your IRA. Now you don't have to till you're 72. Again, a lot of people, I can't tell you how many of my clients have we talked to, they say, my goodness, I wish my old advisor would have told me that I could do different tax planning, because now I'm getting hammered with taxes because of delaying. And again, just because 72 goes to 72 was 70 and a half doesn't mean you should wait. Sometimes, if you're still working, there are situations where you shouldn't take. If you could delay it, absolutely delay it. But I love to do tax planning, and the one thing is I love to work with the CPAs and with the tax advisors to make sure that we're optimizing the family situation. So for taxes, because one of the things we're looking at as well is with the new Secure Act, we can no longer do stretch IRA distributions. So families with large IRAs, their kids or their beneficiaries are going to have a very large tax burden. And every time I talk to them about how much the kids are going to have to pay on this, they're freaking. They're like, I really don't want my kids to pay all that tax. So it actually, the Secure Act eliminated the stretch distribution. It says now they have to take, your beneficiaries must take required minimum distributions on this money and must have it all paid out over 10 years. So now the taxes all have to be paid in 10 years, which is really going to hurt a lot of families as far as throwing them into a much higher tax bracket. Proper planning. We really have to look at proper planning at this point. A lot of that can be averted just strictly by putting a good plan together.
So is there any other way to reduce the taxes on IRAs for retirees of beneficiaries?
Absolutely. Again, we're looking at ways right now to depending what your tax bracket is, our retirees' tax brackets are right now, and trying to optimize that so that they don't have to pay too much taxes. There's different insurance products that can be put into place that can also help avert some taxes, different strategies. There are so many different strategies that just because with the new tax codes, everybody has a new $12,400 tax deduction. So unless they're over that, you're not seeing a lot of people itemizing their returns. And one of the things that we see is charitable contributions. People aren't being able to write those off, but there are still strategies with charitable contributions where you don't have to pay tax on those. So definitely I would encourage everybody to give us a call, and we'd love to talk you through that to show you how that could happen to help reduce the taxes, to strategize. We are in a climate right now where there's going to be a lot of different tax laws changing in the next few years is what I'm seeing, especially with this new pandemic. The Fed is pumping a ton of money into the market right now, and over $7 trillion. Where does that come from? It's going to come sooner or later from taxes, once the economy opens up, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to see they're already talking about right now, some of the legislators already in Congress are already talking about, hey, we need to repeal the tax code so we can get all this money back. So taxes sooner or later are going to go up, so you really need to plan smartly with this, and this is what we're talking with our clients about right now.
Can you give us an example of some of those planning strategies for IRAs and taxes?
There's a lot of great strategies. I hate to give carpeted blanket advice because everybody's case is different. But there's charitable ways, there's charitable distributions to charities that can come directly, qualified charitable distributions that can go directly to the charity from your IRA, so you don't have to pay taxes on that. That's one strategy. Another one, there are some insurance products that are used to help offset. There's also some ways where we can. The industry is responding to this, and they're coming up with a lot of different accounts and different products that can help with this, but also tax optimization. We're looking at ways every day where we help with the families and just take more money out right now, depending on the tax bracket, to reduce their overall taxes down the road. And this is part of what our presentations are all the time. We have webinars on it. We have seminars that we've done. And a lot of people are starting to say, I really need to do something about this because I know either I'm going to get hammered down the road or my kids are going to be. So we are sitting, everybody, I think is prudent. We're actually doing a lot of the Zoom meetings now, and where we have people can come right on and do a 15-minute consult over Zoom. And it's just a great way to get some questions answered, and we'd offer that, of course, to everybody for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Joe. We love speaking to you and hearing your advice. And if you want any more information about today's topic, you can head on over to the Aging in Style page on WNEM.com.